can't tell if it's working. Why? Hey guys, so in the past few videos we've been talking about Navy SEAL mental toughness, and I hope it's been as rewarding for you to hear about as it's been for me to research. I don't think I'll ever look at challenges the same way again. And I kid around a lot when I talk about this stuff, but I just want to take this time to express my respect, admiration, and gratitude for anyone watching this who puts on a uniform to secure my safety and freedom. Thank you to any of you who have made sacrifices, both great and small. I'm praying for you guys. So that said, I've got a bit of a man crush on the Navy SEALs. I just love how they strive for mastery of body and mind in order to make themselves more than a man, like Batman. And one of the ways that they achieve this is through their mental toughness training. We've already talked about 3 of the 4 pillars of Navy SEAL mental toughness: positive self-talk, goal setting, and mental visualization. So now we're going to turn to the 4th and final pillar: control of arousal. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it's not what it sounds like. But try to control your arousal when I do this. Get ready because there's a lot of science coming at you. Arousal, as defined by the psychologists, is the state of psychological alertness and readiness for action and has everything to do with your autonomic nervous system. That division of your nervous system that gets activated when you're out in the woods and you see a bear, or you're out for a swim and you see a shark, or you're minding your own business at work and your boss walks in the room. It's scary. And your body's got a series of mechanisms with which to react to these stimuli. First, your brain decodes the information gathered by your eye and then sounds the alarm. Your hypothalamus sends a hormone messenger down to your pituitary gland, then down to your adrenal glands, which sit on top of your kidneys. Your adrenal glands then release what's known as the stress hormones, mainly cortisol and adrenaline, aka epinephrine. Epinephrine then courses through your veins, stopping at a few places: your liver, releasing stored glycogen and giving you immediate access to chemical energy; your heart, raising your heart rate and blood pressure; your eyes, dilating your pupils to give you that eagle vision; and it diverts blood from non-essential organs to your muscles to give you that seemingly superhuman strength. All in an effort to get you ready for the fight of your life. Or to get you ready to hightail it out of there. The cortisol runs around powering down unnecessary functions like the reproductive, digestive, and immune systems, and dials up your ability to form short-term memories, so that you can keep files on these jokers. And this is all actually really good. I mean, if you didn't have this mechanism, you would probably be dead. I'm just saying. But there are ways in which this system can sabotage us. Sometimes the stress response comes on too strong, giving us more arousal than the situation requires. Oh my goodness, it's an ant! It's an ant! This effectively limits our ability to think through problems. Or the stress response can stick around a little too long. Like that friend who you love, who just stays way too late. Like, dude, I want to go to bed. Chronic stress is linked to such things as memory loss, immunosuppression, elevated blood pressure, decreased metabolism, irritability, insomnia, just to name a few things. So, that sucks. So I know what you're thinking. If only we could match the level of arousal with the situation that needs to... There's gotta be a... Well, thankfully you're not the first people to ask these kinds of questions. In fact, the Navy is incredibly interested in answering these questions. Because, as you can imagine, the SEALs often find themselves in situations where keeping calm in the face of fear is a matter of life and death. Their training focuses on hitting the right level of arousal to both think through and perform the task that faces them. There are 2 methods of doing this. The top-down approach focuses on cognitive control, recognizing the nature of the problem and then planning a response with the appropriate level of intensity. When you see a shark approaching you in the water, your immediate tendency is going to be to swim away. But this is not what you should do, and knowing that and remembering that is half the battle. Cognitive control also has much to do with the things I've talked about in previous videos. The other approach is bottom-up. The stress response is regulated by a number of feedback loops. One such loop is controlled by your breathing. SEAL candidates are taught to take long, deep breaths when presented with stressful stimuli. Deep breaths that have an extended exhalation period mimic the kind of breathing that you do when you're in a state of relaxation. Feels good. This actually slightly alters your blood chemistry and tells that neuroendocrine stress response to, simmer down a little bit, and results in a measurable reduction in arousal. I think this is so cool. I mean that we have God-given tools with which to overcome and master and guide our animal urges. And these thoughts aren't exactly new. Approximately 1,920 years ago, Paul the Apostle wrote a letter to the people in the city of Corinth. In it, he used sports and war analogies to outline mental toughness strategies that they could use to face life's challenges. It's almost like it's truth, and knowing and believing the truth just might set you free. Josh, Ben, and anyone else watching. I love you.